Don Lemon is a turncoat. Hey, what's up? Good morning. It's your girl, Miss Little Cool. I'm coming to you straight out of NYC on this quiet but clear Sunday morning. So let's get into it. So, as we all know, Jussie Smollett, a.k.a. Jussie Smollett, shout out to Alexander Rogers for that. He was found guilty on 5 out of 6 counts, okay? So, as we know this past week about the trial, one of the shocking claims that Jussie had said to the defendant, to his defense team, was that Don Lemon gave him the tip about the investigation. So Don has been recently under fire for that, and they want him to be fired. And I did a post about it a couple of days ago. It's still up if you would like to check it out. And it's pretty popular considering, YouTube isn't pushing the channel's algorithm for a lot of us like they were 2 years ago. So, here's what it reads. It reads, according to the New York Post, Don Lemon brands pal Jussie Smollett a liar. Don Lemon branded his pal Jussie Smollett a liar just hours after the actor was convicted of staging a hate crime against himself on Thursday. But the CNN host still failed to address his own role in the made-for-TV drama. Lemon discussed the Empire Star's guilty verdict on his show Thursday night during a brief segment with legal analyst Joey Jackson. The CNN host said Smollett had to make up too many lies in an attempt to explain his false narrative that 2 Trump-loving bigots beat him up and tied a noose around his neck in Chicago in 2019. I guess he got caught up in that because he took the stand himself. He got angry with the prosecutor as the prosecutor poked holes in his story, calling the only other witnesses liars, Lemon said of the high-profile trial. Lemon went on to say Smollett had potentially made it harder for legitimate victims of hate crimes to be taken seriously. His comments came soon after a jury found Smollett guilty of 5 of 6 counts of felony disorderly conduct for filing a false police report. Despite briefly addressing Smollett's lies, Lemon continued to ignore a bombshell part of the actor's testimony that revealed the CNN host had tipped him off that he was being investigated by police. Smollett told the court during his testimony earlier this week that he first knew that police doubted his version of events after getting a text message from Lemon. Lemon has come under fire for his continued silence about his role in the saga, with some drawing comparisons between him and ex-CNN star Chris Cuomo, who was fired last weekend for meddling in his brother, Governor Andrew Cuomo's sexual harassment scandal. During his show's segment on Thursday night, Lemon's legal analyst guests called Smollett's testimony devastating for the case. When you look at the case, the verdict, everything else, many people have said this is a case about credibility. And he said, I disagree. Every case relies upon credibility, but it's also about a narrative that makes sense, Jackson said. We as lawyers, before we go before juries and pick them, we always say, use your common sense and good judgment. And when you weave and web and tell a tale, it becomes problematic. I think that's what happened here. His narrative, Smollett, didn't carry the day. And the jury discerned something was amiss, and they found him accountable. So that was the right result. Asked if Smollett was likely to face jail time, Jackson said yes, because the judge would want to send a message to all others that you probably should not be doing this. If you come into a courtroom and you take the stand, which is your right, but you fabricate and you're caught in those lies, I think a judge really is taken aback by that, Jackson said. Lemon's coverage of the Smollett verdict was in stark contrast since the initial report immediately after the news broke in 2019. He admitted to his CNN viewers that Smollett's case was personal to him because they were friends. Lemon also admitted in a 2019 interview with Entertainment Tonight that he had tested the actor every day to check on his well-being. I'ma say this because I don't care. Both of them are pieces of shit. Yep, that's right. And I'm going to tell you why. One, Jussie Smollett should not have thrown Don Lemon under the bus. And I do not like Don Lemon in terms of his journalistic integrities, because this is the man that was pushing for the mandate and had the audacity to say that if we don't get it, the axe, then we basically can't even go and buy food. So I don't like Don Lemon for that alone. But Jussie should not have thrown him under the bus, especially since he's saying that they were friends. And I do believe Don Lemon when he said they were friends. I mean, they had two things in common. One, they were black. Two, they're gay. And 3 or 4, they're men, and they work in media. Okay? So it was actually 4. But the two main things, they're black and they're gay. Now, Don Lemon, here's my issue with you. You're the one that tipped Jussie off, and I believe it because the text message showed it. And also, you pretty much messed up that investigation. You need to be brought up on some type of charges as well. You gave that tip. You're the one that gave the tip. He wasn't supposed to give a heads up. And anyway, if you were going to give him the tip, why didn't you just call him and say, just call him and just say, meet me somewhere. And then tell him face to face. Because up until that point, he was free to go anywhere. You could have just met up with him in Chicago and just said, listen, they out to get you. Bye. And kept it like that. There was no reason for any of this to happen. To me, this was all sloppy. And you throwing him under the bus and you call him a liar, you're not a part of this whole charade, Don. You're not a part of it. You're acting like you're just a CNN employer. No. You're a huge part of it because you're the one that gave him the tip. And because of that, you're going to go down on the sinking ship as well. And if they fired Chris Cuomo, they're going to fire you too. They coming for all y'all. And I think, and it's your karma because you pushed that Bill Cosby narrative. You're more dangerous, in my opinion, than Jussie, because if it wasn't for you, Cosby would not have been in the situation that he was in terms of going to jail. You pushed that narrative and you got all those women to basically not just state what happened to them, so because, hey, anybody could, say what they want to say, but once you go on the media, then it's a whole nother thing, and then it's considered slander, defamation of character. But you had already branded the Bill Cosby women accusers as victims. You were the one that said that before anybody else, and you basically opened that door that landed Bill Cosby in prison when he should not have been. You opened the door for Kevin Steele to come in. You opened the door for Andrea Constance to come back after a decade of being away. You opened all those doors for those lawsuits. You opened the door for that slithering Gloria Allred to come in. You did that, and you need to pay for that. And I think this is how you're going to pay. I really think this is how you're going to pay. And so, with that being said, it's your girl, Miss Analytical. I'm signing off on this one. Make sure you comment, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Oh, and I have a couple of cool things coming up that I will be announcing later on today. And with that being said, I'm signing off for now. Take care and have a great day.